My name is Maina. I'm the Managing Director of VAT Limited. VAT Limited has been in existence for the last about 20 years now. And what we do here is partner with the smallholder farmers to grow horticultural produce, which we then bring here to our factory in Machakos to make up the different products that we export to Europe. We have one business line that deals with the export of fresh vegetables into Europe, and the second business line deals with the value addition for mango fruits into mango pulp, which has a market both locally and in the regional markets. And we also have what is our newest business line, which is dried mango slices, which we export to Europe as well. Our collaboration with Coleacipi dates back to the year 2009. And Coleacipi was very instrumental in helping VAT comply with the food safety standards, which, as you know, is a barrier to entry in the market in the EU especially. And through their support, that has been to train our technical staff, to acquire the necessary skills, to train our farmers in good agricultural practices, which is what speaks to the sustainability of good farming and continued business in agriculture. And in a setup like ours, you can imagine how challenging it is to organize. We are lucky to have a partner like Coleacipi who would help us navigate through the exercise of having contingency planning, rethinking our business strategy in the face of the disruption caused by COVID-19. And for me, it was particularly very useful because at that moment you feel a bit lost, not capable of providing the leadership. Coleacipi stepped in time to take us through even business coaching on how to rethink, to re-strategize the business, refocus the business, and look at the things that are necessary in the face of, say, something like lost business revenues because the export vegetable business suffered very much. What are the alternatives? How can we think about redirecting our market? And the bigger issue of dealing with cash flow and business management, cash flow for the business, which became a real problem at that time. So we were taken through online process and they were very, very effective, very focused. And there were follow-up issues, giving us information of what is happening in the international arena. And with that information, we were able to rethink our businesses. So I will like to focus more on those challenges that we can work on and find solutions to. And key amongst them, which is something that we've been trying to address from the beginning, is to update or keep improving the level of knowledge amongst the growing community and the technical staff who support them. The certifications are not cheap processes. So to find balance between, sustaining that, getting the first certification and sustaining that throughout and being able to demonstrate that is a challenge. I don't know what can really be done to bring the cost of such certifications down and to make it affordable, to make it easier for especially the smallholder farmer to afford the certification. There are many challenges, but key amongst them is the cost of production to the smallholder farmers especially. It becomes increasingly difficult to get to the break-even point because while the cost of inputs seems to be on a rise, the price that our products fetch in the market are on a plateau. That is one of the key challenges that we have. The other important challenge is just how to keep ourselves updated and to keep the levels of knowledge as pertains to good agricultural practices updated at the farmer level. It is both expensive and time-consuming. On the impact on the livelihoods, I think we have seen also how the two business lines help to create even greater impact within the communities that we work with. We have had the biggest social impact, if you ask me, within this period of the COVID and the opportunity to implement the dried mango project. We've been able to offer employment to, I would say on average, 250 young people and close to 85% of young women. and that's give them an income, and also work with a greater number of farmers on premium products, which means that they pay a little more than our conventional products, that the ones that we've been dealing with. So we have opened the net wider, but it's also offering increased returns for farmers. And we think this, as we continue to enlighten the farmers on the need for good agricultural practices and therefore sustainability in the farming business, then this impact will become greater and greater as we move on. Young people in any nation are actually the innovators. We need the young people to come into horticultural industry to bring new innovation. Our generation is going out. We need the people to whom to hand down the mantle. We can only do so if we can demonstrate to the young Kenyans that there is business in horticulture business. And I think it's beginning to bear fruit. We have, for example, in the pool of our suppliers, our farmers, a number of young people under 30 years. We have a majority of the people who are employed in our factory here are actually people who are under 30 years old. So I believe we are on the right path, and I would encourage more and more young people to come to the horticultural industry. I think the effects of COVID-19 on our business would have been dire than they actually were. They actually reached out to us on a very personal basis to find out what we were doing, what are those things that we were struggling with, and then found a way of providing support that is targeted at alleviating where we were paining most. For me in particular, it was very useful to access information on the unfolding issues, especially in the market in Europe in the face of COVID. And it was also very instrumental in support to when we were rethinking our business strategy, and such help as in the online courses on how to best manage our cash flows in the face of reduced revenues, reduced markets, and slow payments coming from our buyers. Everything that was very, very spot on. And we are very, very grateful to CP for this, I would say, stitch in time.